everyone. My name is Sherry Minnie. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from a small rural town in Colorado. I live in Keensburg, Colorado, which is about 45 minutes northeast of Denver. Today we're going to be doing a card that is a kind of it's a card you can make any sentiment for. I've done encouragement and a couple other different ones, so it is actually a technique that's called the twisted ribbon technique. There is no ribbon involved. It's all done with paper. And here are the ones that I have made using this. You can also use any designer series paper that you might have on hand. This one is an encouragement card, and I've done it in the Flirty Flamingo with purples and pinks. I've done a couple of baby cards and Calypso Coral and kind of neutrals. And then today we are going to be doing featuring a flower, and we're using Balmy Blue in Calypso Coral. So what I'm going to show you how is to do this. Now I'm going to tell you I have done this. This is my 4th attempt to do this video. And so I thought I was going along fine just a few minutes ago, and then all of a sudden I lost my connection. So I didn't have anything that I had been working on so hard. So here we go. We're going to try it one more time. And I haven't had any trouble doing this ribbon technique in my studio, but when I get in here, for some reason in front of this camera, everything falls apart. So we're going to be using the Charming Sentiments bundle along with the matching dies. We're going to be using the Happiness Abounds with the Blossoming Happiness dies, and then I'm going to be using the Layering Circle dies. In your packet, you will have a Balmy Blue base, and some of these I've already stamped, and I'm sorry, it happened in the other take. This is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. You'll have a piece of basic white that is 4 by 5 1/4. You'll have a piece of Pear Pizzazz that I have embossed with the, I'm not sure how to say this, quarter foil embossing folder. Just gives you a nice texture for the front of your card. You will have a piece of Balmy Blue for the circle, a scrap, and then a piece for stamping the flower. And like I say, I've already stamped it because I did that in the previous one. And then one for our Faith Over Fear sentiment, okay? So the hardest part of this card that I'm struggling with, and I really don't know why, and I apologize that I am struggling with it, is starting out doing the strips. So in your packet, you will have, and I didn't show you those because I've got them all out over the table, they're everywhere. You'll have several strips of designer series paper that measures 1/2 inch by 3 1/2, and then you're going to layer them on here. I would suggest that you use a pattern on one side that is rather subtle, not real busy, and then the other side you can have a busier pattern, but don't make it real big images because you've got such a narrow strip here. And I chose to have the subtle pattern on the bottom and the busier pattern on the top to show. The one you have on top is what's going to show the most. So what you do is you start out putting these on your, well, first of all, you'll have a 2 by 5 inch piece, and you're going to mark it off every 1/2 inch. So what I did is I put it on my grid paper. I took a pencil and a little ruler, and you can either make little tick marks. I chose on some of them to just do a line, and I just put it every 1/2 inch. My grid paper, these are 1/4 inch, so 2 of them would make a 1/2 inch, and then I just marked accordingly on that so that you have a little bit of a pattern. Then you'll need a silicone sheet or some kind of Teflon sheet, and I'll do one here since I've already started this, and then we'll move on to the other part of it. And then you just, so when you start out here at the corner, and you go down to your first tick mark or line, same, and then you just skip and keep going down. So like I'm going to go from here down to here. So I'll put my right here at the corner, and then right down like that, okay? And I'll do one more real quick, like, so you can see how this is going. So again, we're going to go from this mark down to this mark. So I'll put this right here, and I'll go down to that. Okay? Now, this is an old piece that got stuck. Doesn't need to be there. Now you will take your other pattern and watch to make sure if you have any kind of a directional pattern that you have it going the right direction, okay? And so then we're going to put this on the blue side, and we're going to take this. Let's see, this is where I get a little bit. So on this one, the bottom of this is going to go right here. That's what will give you your little triangle. So you'll go down to here and you'll go up to there. And this is what we're trying to do. We're going to try and build even triangles on the front of this. So then the next one, you will take and you'll go from this point right here down to here. Okay, just like so. And you're going to continue down that whole piece like that. And when you get down to the bottom, you should not have any, you should have your little triangle here, but no white showing here. So down at the bottom, you take this, you take from this point down to the corner of your white piece. So it'll go like this. And you'll just have, you won't have any white at the very bottom, but you'll have your little triangle, okay? Now, once you get it all put together, you end up with something that looks like this, okay? And all you're gonna do is take your scissors, turn it over, and you're gonna start trimming right next to your white piece, just like that. All the way up and across the bottoms. Your scissors will get sticky, so no, you're gonna have to probably clean them. Alcohol does a really good job of taking all this stickiness off. You can use your tape runner on this, but as you all know, I'm pretty much of a green cap glue person, so that's what I'm using, okay? And then once you get that all done, this is what you end up with. And that's what you're gonna build on your card, okay? So then you'll take, I think I didn't show you this, but you'll have a piece of Mossy Meadow that's 2 1/4 by 5 1/4 in your packet. You'll take your adhesive of choice, you'll put it on here, and you'll try to get it on here as evenly as you can. Okay. Okay. Now, for your stamping, which we've already done, you would take these two pieces, you would stamp your flower and your Faith Over Fear on those, which I've already done because, as I said, it happened on the I did all that on the last stake. And then you'll do your inside piece. Now, I will tell you that this is not a Stampin' Up! Sentiment. This is a stamp set that I've had since 2008. Actually had several Bible verses and just some real encouraging sentiments that I like. And so this is the one that I'm using. So our stamping is done basically, and I've done all the cutting and everything like that. So what we're going to do, we'll just start out with putting our inside greeting in. As some of you know, if you watched last week or if you know me, my husband is really suffering with a back condition and his sciatica. So it's been a very difficult couple of weeks because he in the mornings can hardly even, he's not mobile at all. So it's been a lot of, oh, what did I do here? This is not my day to do a card. Okay, I need to shorten this real quick like. Hold on and I'll be right back. Got this too long. Okay, hopefully we can get this on there right. I don't know how I got that cut wrong, but it's just the way my crafting has been going here in the last week. And I even have a smudge right there, but I'll get that off later with my scissor. Okay, now we're gonna take this piece, our twisted ribbon piece, and we're gonna put this on our card front. And I'm gonna use my glue. Oh, no, wait, I'm sorry. We're not putting it on our card front. We're putting on our Pear Pizzazz piece. And I'm leaving a little bit of an edge Trying to have it somewhat, whoops, somewhat straight. I guess you might like to see it. Okay, and now we will put it on our front. Okay. I'll tell you, I'm just having a heck of a time with this card today. What's going on here now? This must not be the right size card base. Let's check this out, ladies. Ah, it is not. Once again, I'll go grab a right size card base here. I should have checked my measurement before I started this. Okay, my videos should get warts and all because I do not have any fancy editing software or anything like that. And actually, I'll put a little more glue on here. And I am determined. I am not doing this video again. If I don't get it, if I don't put it out this way, it's not happening this week. I've just had it. I was trying to get it done. Now watch when I get ready to upload it to YouTube, it's probably going to mess up and I won't be able to get it loaded or something. That's just kind of the way things seem to be rolling here lately. Get a little bit of this glue off of here if I can, just because I'm sticking to it. I'll have to be getting a new sheet here. Okay, so there's that, all right? So now we will take our little flower, and I actually popped it up. Just kind of put them around however I felt would be the easiest and the best to keep it raised. And we will put that in the center of our blue circle. Kind of center it. Now, the other thing you can do, and I did do that on my sample, and I don't even know if you can tell, but I put Wink of Stella all over it just to give it a little bit of shine and sparkle. And I will do that on this, but I would suggest you do it before you put it on, but I didn't bring my Wink of Stella over here, so I'm not doing that. And this one I put down flat. Now I will tell you something that I discovered, and I will do that once I get this video done. When you do it like this, and if I were to push that down, you see, because I'm putting it on top of a layer, it is raised, but it's not raised enough to be use a dimensional, because then that makes it crooked. So I just discovered that if I take a couple of pieces of cardstock and glue them together and just stick over the edge, under the edge of that, and actually I probably could do that real quick, like just to show you how it kind of keeps it the same. It doesn't have to be very big, kind of just takes the place of a dimensional. So I just took those, I put them together, because I don't like it being uneven, and let the glue set up a little bit, wipe it off a little bit. Okay, put a little glue here, and then just stick it under here so it doesn't show. Come on, so you don't show there. And then you put it down, and it makes it level. For me, it's better. I'm a little paranoid about some things. You all know that. I get a little anal about some things. And then for our greeting, I did not pop it up either. I just put it down flat, and I chose to put it down here in this corner, but you certainly could put it in any spot that you might want on your card. And and then the other thing I did is I put on some little, wow, boy am I sticky. I put on some embellishments. These happen to be retired, but I'm trying to use up some of my old stuff. And I like the way these kind of did the blue and the green, so I'm just going to put 2 or 3 of them on here. Again, I'm going to try and keep my kind of triangular thing going here using an odd number of gems, and then trying to get these somewhat situated in so that it makes a triangle. Okay, so finally, ladies, we are done. I apologize for the roughness of this video. I will hopefully get back on track once we get my husband to where he can feel better. It's very hard to see someone that you've known most of your life in such pain and that you care about so much. But anyway, as I said, we'll be having our regular September card class on the 29th and the 30th here at my house, and I will get the invitations out very quickly on that. And I am going to try and do a Stamp-A-Stack in October. More details about that later, and it is going to kind of depend on what happens with my husband's back condition. So God bless each and every one of you. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you real soon. Bye-bye.